Hello, welcome back to Crushing Sounds. My name is Chris. I am joined by the amphibian lunatics behind the band Froglord ahead of the Bristol Melt to the Masses final on July 6th. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. How are we doing this evening?
Hello. Yeah, thank you so much for having us. Yeah, it's good, man. Sun shining, couple of beers, we're chilling. Yeah, that's pretty good. Nice.
Good typical Thursday afternoon. So I wanted to ask about start with like the lifespan of the project basically. I had no idea how much music you guys had released in such a short space of time. You formed, I think, to 2021, if I've got that right.
I think it was 20, yeah, 20 or 21. It was the start of lockdown. So 2020, that was it. That was the first EP.
Right, cool. You released so much in that short space of time. You've got a few albums out, three EPs, some singles. So I'm sure many bands would want to know how the hell do you release so much music so fast?
I think a lot of it comes down to not being afraid of releasing really shit music. Like when we play live, I think we've only played maybe 15% of the actual all of like the Froglord discography live. Because a lot of it's fine. But I think it's just part of that sort of idea of trying to churn out as much as possible. No, not churn out as much as possible, but definitely during lockdown, had fuck all else to do, and that was where the bulk of it came from. It's kind of slowing down a bit the last couple of years. Yeah,
Sure, fair enough. Is it all self-produced?
yeah. There's always like a master and engineer involved, but yeah, it's myself doing like all the mixing, recording for it.
Cool.
Well, yeah, so it was just myself for well up until recently. It's just been myself recording, and then on the stuff we're working on at the moment, and on the last EP, Live by the Fuzz, that was a bit of the other boys on it. It's been becoming a bit more collaborative. Yeah.
Yeah, great, awesome. So, had you guys been in bands or done projects before Froglord?
Do you want to take this?
Yeah, I've been in a few projects in my life here and there. I've been playing live for quite a few years. There's a band that I was fairly recently, and by fairly recently left, just because just wasn't there's a whole genre change sort of thing, and it was kind of rebranding, and I kind of just wasn't into the mood of it, and I had thoughts about the band for a while before that anyway, and so yeah, I kind of just left that behind me and pretty much just stuck with Froglord. I get to dress up and do some weird shit on stage, play my own random solos here and there. I'm enjoying life at the moment. Yeah.
Wow. I've for me this is like my first, well, not my first like properly live touring band that I've been in. I've done a lot of solo projects before this, mostly like black metal stuff. The whole stereotype of weirdo fucking one man DSBM projects. Yeah, that was my fucking jam for a while.
I feel like every metal musician at some point will have done a black metal solo project at some point.
Yeah, man.
It just needs to be the go-to. Cool. So if someone has yet to check out a release from Froglord, how would you describe Froglord to a new listener? What's the elevator pitch?
Uh, Fuck.
I think fuzzy frog-related ghost and electric wizard together.
Amphibious doom. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Amphibious Doom. I mean, that leads perfectly into my next question, which is just simply, why frogs?
So way back in the throes of lockdown when I started the project, I was living in North Yorkshire with my partner, and in the 1 hour government mandated time that we were allowed to go out and exercise, we had this forest nearby to us that went exploring there, and there was this fucking massive swamp there. It was sick. Like it was just the right time of year when there was like, I've never seen this many tadpoles before in my life. There was like hundreds, probably millions. And I don't know, somewhere along the lines there was just a joke about, wouldn't it be funny to have like a stoner doom band about frogs? And that coupled with the Alex Jones soundbite, I'm tired of them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. I thought that would be a great start to a doom metal song. And that's how Froglord started.
That's amazing. An army of tadpoles. I was expecting, but yeah, I did wonder. Sort of, did the concept of frogs come after the idea of doing a stoner band, or did the stoner band idea come after you thought of frogs? But I guess it sort of happened all at the same time, really.
Yeah, I mean, it was very much like the story popped up, and then I wrote some music to it.
Yeah, one of those ideas you couldn't get out of your head, basically.
Yeah.
Great. So that's the concept of frogs, but in terms of the music, were there any key inspirations for how the music should sound? Any bands you might have drawn a few inspirations from?
When I started it, and I wouldn't say it sounds like this, but it was just after King Gizzard's Infest the Rat Nest came out, and I kind of wanted something with that sort of silly aesthetic, fun. Also, a band that releases 7 albums a year.
Yeah.
And then it's changed a lot with every album. Like the last full length album, Sons of Froglord, that was like kind of more clutchy. The one before that was a bit more mastodon-y. And then the EP that was just released, Live by the Fuzz, that was more kind of like Batushka sort of vibe. And now that we're like, playing and a fair bit, usually a couple of times a month, I think that's definitely influenced the sound, and it's yeah. These guys, they're trying to sound like these guys.
Yeah, the rest of the crew, so to speak, we tend to put a little swing on things, which is quite nice. It's kind of like, the Froglord is sort of like a template for us, if that makes sense. We still follow it; it's still the same thing, but it will just sound different to the albums because it's us three playing kind of our little swing on it. And now it's kind of nice that that's been influenced on my album stuff coming up.
Yeah,
to be fair, because even the new stuff's kind of very, I don't know, it's kind of, we've added a bit more swing elements than the next one.
Yeah,
sexy.
Sexy but doomy. Sexy.
Yeah,
doom.
it's kind of it's getting to the point of we're making jazz doom. Like it's getting.
I think that's a bit of a stretch.
Nah.
We went on a fucking tangent there.
By all means, go right ahead.
Yeah.
Cool. I think we mentioned live shows briefly there. It's got to be said, you guys have got one of the most infectiously entertaining live shows I've seen in such a long time. It's not just the costumes, although they are brilliant. It's like the whole. You're all so into it. Was that like a really conscious, like a really big thing for you right from the word go that had to be in there?
Yeah, I know for myself it was. Like Rob Zombie for all of us is like I think a big influence in that respect, and that's something we've all I think tried to emulate.
Yeah, it's very much like you said, trying to emulate, but it's kind of like having a showmanship behind it, if that makes sense. It's rather than, and it's not like I'm bad mouthing bands that do this, for example. But
what are we gonna say?
It's like, I see a band, I just kind of stood there in the sideline, sort of thing, not really making a jig out of it or having a boogie. Then it's kind of, I don't know, I don't get as entertained by it. You know what I mean? I'd rather see bands like Rob Zombie. If you look at any of their live shows, it's just like it's quite a big show, if that makes sense, and the whole thing is entertaining. And in my personal opinion, like a lot of what you should do live is entertaining.
It makes up for the lack of music quality and the fuck ups.
Exactly. It really helps. A lot of the riffs are basically, the same.
It's fucking riffs.
It's more riffs and the whole of the thing. Maybe the old time signature change here and there, but on the whole, standard 4/4 constant thing. So we got a chance to go wild a little bit because I'm not really focusing on what I'm playing on guitar anymore. I'm just sort of going with the flow a little bit. But as I said, it helps with the entertainment side of it.
Yeah, I definitely get that because my band are try to be quite wacky out there as well. Like you said, obviously it does help cover up the fuck ups, but it also it makes it more entertaining for you as the performer as well to like have fun with it and make each show feel unique and special, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely.
100%. Like I've never been sort of the one person to sort of stand still. In my other bands I've been in, I've never stood still.
No, you've always been a wacky boy.
It's difficult for me to stand still. It's like how can I convince these people about to enjoy our music?
Yeah, that's just ADHD though.
A little bit. But how can I convince these people in the crowd to like our music if I can't convince myself that I like it? Lucky for you, I like it. But,
Thank you.
Oh, fantastic. Awesome. Obviously, like, the whole aesthetic and theme is meant to be quite out there, ridiculous in the way that it can get away with it in heavy metal, because heavy metal's all about being out there. However, I was also amazed to see that you've used this band as a platform to put some good out there as well. You raised through EP sales some money for Save the Frogs, which I didn't know was a charity I needed, but I'm all over that now. There's also money for Human Dignity Trust. You've got some Pride exclusive merch. Of course, there's links down in the description below if people want to go support that. That's all incredible. Did you, again, from the beginning, did you always plan to use whatever platform you got to support these causes and put some good out there?
I think it's always been in my mind that if I ever made anything that got however much attention, then there's always got to be that aspect that has some like charity sort of work towards it. My background, both academic and work, has been in environmental conservation kind of stuff. So it was very, especially at that time when I started Froglord, hadn't really. It'd been quite a couple of years for it. So I was just like, well, at least if I can, raise money for conservation, environmental stuff, then that's given me that sort of false sense of, not false sense, the sense that I didn't waste 5 years at uni. but then also all the Pride stuff as well. We love our gay frogs, man. They're a big part of the Froglord community, so that's really important to be able to raise money for some great charities there.
Yeah, amazing. What does Save the Frogs do?
So they're the largest worldwide amphibian-based conservation charity. Primarily, I think they do a lot of like wetlands conservation in the US. They are like globally based, but it is mostly in the Americas where they do various stuff. A lot of education, but then like a lot of habitat restoration work. There's a bit of lobbying as well. I think they've managed to help pass a few things in the US. I'm not going to say bills or anything like that. I don't know enough to comment. But they've done some really cool stuff, man.
Yeah, awesome. As I say, for people watching, please check out those links down below to check out those charities if you are interested. Cool. So I have to ask about the music video for First Contact. It is magnificent, by the way. It recalled to me, you know those horror movies that just have no budget at all, but but completely commit, and you just can't help but admire the fact that you've gone for it with no resources whatsoever. So I guess I like horror sci-fi B movies. Are they a key inspiration as well?
Oh yeah, big time, man. Especially like I'd say like the first two albums, especially, like pretty much every song has some sort of sample from some awful 70s, 80s like horror B movie. Yeah, big time.
Do you have a favorite horror B movie that comes to mind?
I watched this one a couple of weeks ago, actually, called a few months now, actually, called The Wizard from Mars or some shit like that. It's just about these guys who get stuck on Mars and there's a wizard. Yeah, it's sick. You can't go, man.
Yeah, it's a unique brand of film that just nothing else scratches that itch that those kind of movies scratch. Absolutely amazing. I mean, my favorite bit in the video, I just literally remembered it now, is the bit where you open the newspaper and the bit that says UFO spotted is just piece of paper stuck onto a newspaper. I don't know why. When you can see the mechanics of the film.
Man,
Yeah. It's so endearing. I love it. Speaking of films, though, you did music for a film titled Frogman. What is all that about?
Frogman. That was a found footage film. It's basically the Blair Witch Project if the Blair Witch was a frog. So it's based on the cryptids, the Frogman cryptids of Loveland and Ohio. Director contacted us just out of the blue, like maybe 1.5 years, 2 years back. and straight up just asked, "Do you want to write some music for it? Be involved?" He was like, no hesitation, man. It's like, yeah, it's something that has to happen. It's like, yeah, I think they were just like the perfect marrying of two mediums.
I mean, yeah, it makes perfect sense. Would you recommend it? Is it a good film?
If you like found footage films, it's a good film. It's a pretty slow burn. I fucking loved it, to be fair. Like, it's rat mailing. I can see why people wouldn't like it. But to be honest, though, like the ending,
I'm not gonna lie, you're waiting for the ending.
Yeah.
Genuinely, you're waiting for the ending. It's a long wait as well.
It's worth the payoff, man.
But like, it's well worth. It's weird because it's like the build-up's not as good as the Blair Witch. However, the ending's better, way better than the Blair Witch. Definitely. It's like a weird half and half. It's like they overdone the Blair Witch.
Yeah.
If that makes sense in a weird way. But again, I can see why people wouldn't like that because it's like, it's and you have to be in those films to like them.
Yeah, you get to see the Frogman as well, and like the character design for that, it's all practical effects. That was cool.
Oh, awesome! I might have to go check that out. I'm a bit of a wuss when it comes to horror movies, though, but I'll make
when we so we had the UK premiere was at Bristol Aquarium Cinema, which we did a little gig for that for the performance. Some guy brought his 8-year-old, like, checked with us before it was grand and that. It was like, like the director chat to him and was like, it's like PG basically.
Okay, cool, fair enough. I should be all right then. I think I'm braver than an 8-year-old, but probably not.
Like it's more of a messed up ending. I'll be honest. It's like, think of the horror movies where it's got a really messed up ending.
It's not as bad as like The Mist though.
No, The Mist is pretty bad. Fucked. The Mist is pretty bad.
A few weeks back.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. But you know.
Anyway,
I see on Frogman's Insta though they have announced the making of Frogman 2. Any word on if you guys might be involved?
Yeah, we're going to be involved in it. Haven't started putting together any ideas, but stuff will happen.
Yeah, great. Something to watch out for. Cool. So, obviously, we're all here to get excited about the upcoming final for Bristol's Metal to the Masses competition, where the winner will go on to play the amazing Bloodstock Festival this summer. Congrats on getting to the finals, guys. Am I right that this is your second time in the final, last year being the first?
It is, then bastards Moon Reaper stole it from us last year.
Ian.
I love them, guys. They're good.
But they're playing the final too, though, so it's going to be a good night.
Yeah, they're guest headlining, which is going to be sick. Nah, it's all round. It's going to be a sick lineup. I mean, the competition was obviously hella tough last year. This year, it's I think there's a couple in particular we're like, fuck's sake, we've got to go against them.
there is one band in my mind that obviously I really want to play, with Bloodstock, but I'm also really scared of these guys. Like they're I probably shouldn't name names, but
don't be saying stuff.
No, but there's this one band. There's this one band that we saw and we played with last, and I know it's like,
who we're talking about.
Hey man, I like them. I want them to have some good promotion, but I'm not going to give names out. But those guys killed it. Like they're so awesome. Like, it's a scary thing when you're saying that about a band that you're in a competition with. Like, they're fucking sick. Like they're really good. Even my girlfriend was like, they're really good. You need to be scared of them. And I was like, thanks. Like, that makes sense. I know,
right? I actually am asking each of the finalists this, so you won't be the only ones naming names if you choose to, but I've been asking everyone if there are any bands in particular that you're eyeing up as big competition, but you can stay stum if you want.
Yeah, Deus Holocaust.
I mean,
you read my mind. Like, this Holocaust thing is like that. To me, it's like an awesome like.
They feel like such a perfect Bloodstock band as well.
100%. It's like a new Slayer. Yeah. Like they're so good. Like even I was just at the front and I was just like, But even if we get real salty, you guys kind of deserve to win, to be honest.
Yeah.
We'll be really salty and never actually talk to you ever again. But like, they're really good.
Cool. Well, if there's any consolation, I won't say who yet, but a couple bands have mentioned you guys when I've asked that question. So a few people scared of you guys too. So, but yeah, as you said, last year's lineup was ridiculous. It was a stacked lineup of amazing bands. This year, much the same. When my band entered this year, we saw your names again because we went up against you last year. We thought, oh, for fuck's sake. So, but we got knocked out before we could lock horns with you guys this year. But I think we keep coming back because the camaraderie of Melt to the Masses is
What's your
really,
guys?
really, really good. Smile More. That's my band.
Oh shit! Of course, man. Yeah,
Yeah, I get them at most.
completely blanked that.
Yeah, most people see me in Crushing Sounds and they sort of half recognize me.
Yeah,
because I
it's
don't
like-
have to do. So
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. So the camaraderie of Melt to the Masses is absolutely amazing. I say that as someone who hasn't won it. Maybe I'm just trying to convince myself. But is that something you felt that sort of it's not really, it doesn't feel like a competition. It feels like lots of awesome bands hanging out, basically.
Still feels like a competition, but it also feels like lots of awesome fans hanging
It's a
out.
really relaxed
Like
competition.
it
Like-
doesn't feel like there's any bad blood there ever at all.
No, never.
Everyone's always like really good with one another.
Like
There's
I
never
said,
any
it's,
weird friction.
in my opinion, it's a really for any band really, like not just us, but any band to play it. It's really good opportunity to get, sort of everyone sharing each other's music to other people's fans, and they kind of it's a nice melting pot. Like I said, like there's us and you compare us to like other bands in the past, especially they are just your standard kind of Bloodstock band in obviously a good way. They're just metal as fucking, and then we come along dressed as fucking frogs and druids, and it's like, but it's such a good thing that you can have a gig or a line of gigs that is just that melting pot, if that makes sense. And it is, we made quite a lot of friends through it as well.
Yeah, definitely.
100%. The whole thing, we made quite a few friends over just Melt from Masses alone.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I don't know if you guys have had it with Smile More as well, but there's like you get opportunities arise as a result of it from just being in it. Like it's just great to be part of it in that respect.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what can people expect from Froglord in the final?
A couple of frogs, I reckon.
That is an industry secret. We're not allowed to share that with the general public.
Fuzz,
A lot of fuzz,
frogs,
and bass.
bass. Yeah,
Weird vibes, but in a positive way.
yeah. To be fair, I have actually got more frog samples planned for this one.
Yeah.
Like swampy shit. We've over the last couple of months we've been kind of up in the actual image stage production of it a little bit. So I think like the theatrics have like grown a little bit, if that. Yeah. It's some wacky things.
Yeah,
Awesome.
It's always been something weird. I mean, we've played bass with frogs.
This dude's just gonna like start sliming over everything.
Yeah.
It's gonna get a bit wild, man.
You play Melt the Masses, you may as well make a scene,
Yeah.
So we're gonna make a scene.
Oh, man.
Going full GG Allen on that shit.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll bring it up. I'll bring it. I'll bring an umbrella. What would it mean for you guys to play Bloodstock?
I'd be pretty happy about it, to be fair. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Again, it's one of those things. Like I said a minute ago, you really want to win. You really want to win to be able to do it. Do you know what I mean? But it's hard because then you make friends with people, and also you've got competition with people at the same time. It's a weird feeling, but no, to win, it'd be awesome. I went a couple of years back, and the atmosphere at Bloodstock is so cool. Do you know what I mean? It's just such a great atmosphere to be at. No matter where you stand in it, it's just it's such a good time. Even if you don't see like half the bands there, you can still have an awesome time just with everything else going on. And it was also a heat wave, so that kind of helps a little bit.
Oh, you were at that one.
Yeah, and a lot of alcohol, and it was a good time.
Yeah, I mean, and it's an absolutely stacked lineup this year, so it's a great one to be at, especially. I mean, I've basically built this channel around talking about Bloodstock, so because I love it so much. It's amazing. Cool.
Have you got this year?
What's that?
Have you got tickets for it this year?
Oh yes.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Always get mine as soon as I can. I've never missed Bloodstock. Absolutely love it. Cool. So beyond potentially playing the greatest heavy metal festival in the country, what does the rest of 2024 have in store for Froglord?
So we've got a mini tour at the end of July. Two more mini tours which are not yet announced yet. One that's getting announced tomorrow for October, which we're doing. Yeah, just a few string of rows.
This isn't going out until about a week, so you can say what it is now if you want.
We're playing a few shows in October with Morag Tong,
Nice.
which is going to be absolutely fucking sick. And then November, still sorting out some details. There's some really fucking cool gigs lined up at the minute, which I'm not going to say anything about yet. It's too early. But there's some like we got some really cool shows lined up, and then we're just like plugging away, recording next album, which I reckon beginning of next year, realistically, looking out for.
Cool, awesome, amazing stuff. So, as always, for people watching, please go check out those links down below to support Froglord and get excited for all those upcoming shows and future music. So, we're nearly done. However, we like to end these interviews the same way every single time with some random quick fire questions that have nothing to do with anything. You can think as long or as quick as you like, elaborate if you wish, or fight it out amongst each other. You don't have to reach a consensus. Just light-hearted questions to see us through to the end. So for 2024, we have the same opening question, and we're going to tally all the results throughout the year to find like the winning question, so to speak. So, first question: do you prefer catchy choruses or filthy breakdowns?
Oh,
Catchy choruses.
fuck. I don't know. I'm quite partial to a really mean breakdown.
Like
I love a sing-along chorus. Don't get me wrong. However, if like Malevolence played or something like that, and it was a nice meaty breakdown, I'd have to go with the breakdown at that point.
catchy choruses. Are we allowed to split answers, or does it have to be one answer?
You can disagree if you want. It's
Yeah. Let's disagree on that one. Yeah.
amazing, awesome, cool. Next question: modern metal or traditional metal?
Oh Jesus Christ! These are horrible.
Hell.
These are horrible questions.
I say quick fire, and it goes on longer than the interview itself. To be honest,
That's all we got to really think about it.
Let's say pre 2000 or post 2000.
Okay. I'm gonna go with post 2000. I do love a lot of pre 2000 bands. Don't get me wrong, a lot of them, but there's a lot of like quality releases I've heard more of since then, in my opinion. You know, even from like the traditional bands bringing out albums now, like even their albums are better than those ones, if that makes sense. I prefer later releases, I guess. But yeah.
Well, that guy said.
Great. Nice. Awesome.
Really question.
Next one should be a bit easier, hopefully. Performing or recording?
Performing. That one's easy to answer, yeah.
I've always said recording, but it's shifted in the last year, I think, to performing.
You started off recording it, so yeah, that makes sense. And I just came in to perform it, so
but
that's where
I fucking love playing now.
Oh, I've always loved playing. I write songs other than this and other things as well, but I just prefer being on stage. If I'm honest, it's more fun. I love writing. I love recording. The whole studio process is fun, but playing live still beats it for me.
Yeah, recording is more of like I love it, but I also hate it. Whereas like playing, I just love it.
Nice, awesome. Favorite band / artist?
So
favorite band's probably Tool.
Nice, love Tool.
Saw them in Manchester a couple of weeks back. Which was sick. Yeah.
My favorite band would be Gojira still. Like,
nice.
Yeah, Gojira's the best all round. I saw them, funny enough, as well. Well, we saw Tool, didn't we, a couple of years back? That was a really good. That was a really good gig, actually. Yeah, but no, I went to see Gojira in Cardiff, and I honestly, I've never can never honestly say like that's the best band I'm probably ever gonna. Simply for it's weird because they didn't even do much in the way of entertaining. It was just something about their live show was just incredible. Tour was the same. It's just those incredible live show. I'm kind of split between those as my favourites, honestly. Yeah, Gojira though. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Very good choices there. Cool. Going off music though, summer or winter?
Summer.
Yeah. But when I'm in the depths of winter, I'll be stubborn and say winter and write some horrible DSBN.
Yeah, cool. Favorite film?
The
Actually, no, I got that.
Ritual.
Good one.
Yeah,
That's a really good one.
yeah.
I've always said this, so I'm going to go with it, but it's probably Fight Club. Fight Club or Pulp Fiction. Those two are kind of my top
Classic.
two. Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah. Right, awesome. Spicy or mild?
Spicy.
Spicy. Every time.
Yeah.
Mosh pit or standing at the barrier?
I feel
We're
like
fucking turned 30 now, so
I was gonna say, I think we both got the
yeah.
same opinion on this.
Yeah.
I used to be well into moshing. You know, I've had a few bits broken in.
I used to be a pretty rad dude too.
Yeah, man. Like, I used to like get in the mosh pit, throw arms.
I used to like to rock out and throw my shit around.
Two-step,
rock
all
chick.
that. I damaged my kneecaps once as well. Well, that was playing, but that was quite funny. But yeah, no, I agree. As I've gotten older, now I'm at that point.
Grumpy bastard, arms crossed. It's like,
Grumpy
yeah.
bastard, the arm.
What's he got on his pedal board over there?
With a beer, with a beer, looking at what gear the guitarist has got, because I'm going to be like, well, I kind of like that tone, I'm going to nick it, but I'm still going to be miserable as fuck. Right? You know, it's kind of, I've got to that stage now, yeah.
Fair enough. I'll probably get there very soon. I'm nearing 30, so cool.
And they say life gets better. Don't think I agree.
I'll find out soon enough. Cool. Next one. Morning or evening?
No, I'm gonna go with the evening, because if I wait, I'm very much my normal job is wake up and go to work. I don't want to. If you're thinking what's better, I don't want to think about waking up and going to work. On the weekend, I love being up early and doing stuff, but it makes me think of work morning. So evening. I can have I can be respected having a drink in the evening as well. I can't do that in the morning, apparently.
I'm just going to say morning and keep it simple.
Fair enough. Cool. Final question. Favorite Froglord song?
To listen to or play?
Entirely up to you.
Do both if you want. This to clearly actually listen to and then play.
I don't like listening to Froglord songs.
I do. I can.
Actually, it's fair. The ones I've lived by the fuzz, I do like listening to.
Yeah.
Playing, it's either the bog or Swan Boogie. That's so much fun.
Mine's. I agree with you on Live by the Fuzz. Like I said to you the other day, like, I've had that album just on repeat for some reason. I don't know what it is. It is a really fucking good EP, to be fair.
Thank you.
So I just not.
That's the biggest he's given me a compliment in months.
Don't let your head get too big.
Bow before my might.
Spice Girl, more like Spice Frog.
What?
Oh, shit, joke.
Yeah, I don't get it.
No, but to listen to would be that EP. To be fair, maybe Dive by the Slime. But it's funny because my favorite live song's The Bog.
Yeah, I think for all of us in the
We
band,
all love playing The Bog. Something about it. It's just like it's just fun.
Yeah, great, amazing. So thank you so much for joining me, guys, and best of luck in the final. I'll see you there.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been real fun.
Anytime. Again, I'll say once more, people watching, please go check out the links below. And remember to live by the fuzz and die by the slime. I've been Chris. Go listen to some amazing heavy metal. Get yourselves down to the Melt to the Masses final on the 6th of July. And we'll see you in the next video.